Hi there, my name's Tom, and today's video is going to be setting up a sunflower pot because I still have some work to do to retake my sunflower garden back from a Lilies of the Valley outbreak. So here's how we're gonna do it. Got myself a nice big pot. Has to be something that's like, I think we're about 18 inches corner to corner, and that suits me just fine. What we're going to need is a coffee filter, little hand trowel, a bag of vermiculite or perlite. We're going to take a couple of bags of potting soil, and of course a pocket knife, and our pack of sunflower seeds, a variety that you like. You could use a smaller pot if you take one of the small, tiny, decorative sunflowers, but I like bigger ones. And we're really only going to get one big sunflower out of this. But it's still pretty, and it makes me feel good to look at sunflowers, even if it's not a whole garden full of them. So, the bottom of this has a hole for drainage, and we want that hole there, obviously. It's easy to overwater sunflowers. Please don't mind the neighbor dog. So we want drainage, but we also don't want all sorts of crud leaking out of this, after it's been rained through a couple of times and watered through. I may want to move it onto the patio or to a different location. So we're going to put our coffee filter down over that hole, and you'll have to hold it there by hand. But first things first, you gotta get that filter in there, hold it in place with one hand, and then start shoveling just enough soil on it. Use a general purpose potting soil, nothing special or fancy, and just enough potting soil to actually hold it in place before you start dumping potting soil in. Well, this potting soil is pretty lightweight, and that's good. But again, once this thing's full, it's going to be heavy, especially once, there's moisture in here. And that's why we need vermiculite or perlite. It's also good for, retaining some moisture, but allowing more moisture to, excess moisture to drain out, and lightens up the load. So we toss some perlite in there. Don't go too crazy with it. And mix that into your general purpose potting soil while also breaking that potting soil up in, the clumps. The big clumps will break down to little clumps. And you just want it distributed enough with the perlite that you're not creating, sections that are all perlite. Looks like I'm not going to need much out of my second bag of potting soil, which is good. I can use that to do other potted flowers, or maybe I could do a couple of potted sunflowers with it. We'll see what happens. Okay, a little more perlite. And we'll get our second bag of potting soil opened up. Again, careful with your knife. Make sure you keep the blade pointed away from your body while drawing it across stuff. Cut towards your buddy, not your body, as we say in construction. Most knife accidents are most ER visits involving knives are self-inflicted wounds. There's a reason for that. And you can avoid nearly all of them as long as the sharp bit is always pointed away from you while using it, because when you slip, if the blade isn't pointed at you, it can't cut into you. The back of the knife won't cut you. Alright, we're mixing that perlite in. Okay, level out the top. So our soil is roughly maybe an inch below the actual top of the pot, which is here. This is just a rim. If you want, you can actually put some decaying matter in the bottom of this from your compost pile. I chose not to this time around. Yes, I can actually still lift this up. Good. So we haven't created too much weight. However, when it's full of water, yeah, that's going to be pretty rough to lift. Now, your sunflower seeds are generally not something you need to, rub across sandpaper to help them germinate. But, hey, if you want, you can. It might speed up its time to sprout. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually plant 3 sunflower seeds, and when they sprout, we're going to pick the one that looks healthiest. Now, I got a variety pack of sunflowers. I'm not sure which are which, but I've got these white with gray stripe ones, got white with a single red stripe. We got what looks like black sunflower seeds, but smaller than the typical black sunflower seeds. I'm not sure which ones are going to do what. Well, this is more for surprise. You know what? I'm going to do them. I'm going to go with the white with multiple stripes sunflowers. We're going to put 3 of them right down there. And do we have any more white with the multiple stripes? Yeah? Alright, well, we'll put one of the black sunflowers there. Okay. So, cover that up. It's between 1/4 and 1/2 of an inch deep, which is plenty for this. And I'm going to, just grab the watering can, water that in, and it'll be fine. Now, it is spring, so I generally don't fill my bird seeders. However, the birds do want food right now. Free food is easier than the bugs they eat. So what I've done is I filled my bird feeder, which you can see in the background right above, let's see, that window there. And even though it's the spring, the bird feeder's full of black sunflower seeds, nice and easy for the birds to get to, and that way they're more likely to leave my pot alone. So there you go. Have a good day. Like, share, subscribe, comment, and enjoy gardening. Bye.